What's up, working people? Happy Friday. We made it. We're almost to the weekend. Been talking about money all week this week. Shout out to the international workers that have reached out and joined the conversation from across the ocean. I love hearing from people, working people from all over the place that have different perspectives than the ones that we have. What's up?
What's up?
How are you? Good. How are you? Are you ready for me?
Whenever you are.
I'll be right there.
Deal.
All right. We're talking about money. I got to get back to making some money for my massive corporation here in just a second. Red Bull's ready to go. But today we wanted to ground our conversation back in unionism and the labor movement and how money has played a role in the current situation that we're in unions. And spoiler alert, it's not very positive. Union density in the United States is at its lowest point. Less than 1 in 10 people are union members. And a lot of people have a very negative view of unions because, in my opinion, our unions, our labor movement, they've allowed money to become too central to the mission of their union. Accumulating wealth has become a priority of our unions, as opposed to improving the working conditions and the lives of the union members. They aren't spending their money to do those things directly. They're spending their money to push political agendas and political ideologies. And what you see is a big gap in the amount of wealth that unions, capital U, has as an institution versus the working people that represent those unions. Any union tied into the AFL-CIO is a pretty good example of that. I'll point to the SEIU and to the UFCW as examples of unions that have massive amounts of wealth and massive amounts of political push, but very low living standards of the average working person in those unions. And I would like to call out, to union leaders out there to maybe take a minute to kind of reassess, who's in the center or what's in the center of your union operation. I would venture to guess that power and money and control are more centralized than your actual workers. And that's why we have this issue with unionism, where everybody believes in the idea of unionism. Everybody, if you look, there's positive thoughts and positive perception in the American people regarding unionism. However, union density is at its lowest. And union corruption, the idea that the union isn't actually servicing the members, that it's taking from the members in dues and not giving back in the way that they should, that idea is really prevalent. So we need to fix that. We need to take money out of the equation of our unions. We need unions that are not huge war chests of money. We need unions that are fighting to improve the working lives of the people. And that's what I've been building. That's what I've been hoping to work on. That's why I'm running for office in my union. And I recommend that union members out there take a minute to kind of assess the role that money plays in their union bureaucracy and get it out. Peace. Solidarity.